what's up, guys? I'm Coach Jim here at the Warhouse Gym in San Diego.
My name's Matt. We started about a year ago, just trying to get into off-season and working together, and we decided to do a show.
And it's been an awesome journey. When Matt first came to me, I put him on like a little bit of a mini cut for like 4 or 5 weeks, just to kind of like revamp his system, clean out anything that was going wrong with digestion and all that stuff, and kind of fix that. And then we went into a pretty lengthy off season.
Yeah,
it was
a lot of food.
It was about what, 8 or 9 months?
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
When we first started the plan, he basically told me that he can eat as much as possible. He was a big eater. And then it took a few months, and then he was asking me to actually cut the food down.
Yeah, I knew there was enough time in the day to keep eating.
Yeah. And it was all healthy food, just a lot of it. You know, it's just the off season is I would not say it's easy compared to contest prep. It's just different. You know, you're constantly engorging yourself with food.
And training hard.
And training extremely hard because you have all those nutrients, you have all that fuel, so it's a really good time to utilize it and really take your training to the next level. And I will say with Matt, both the off-season and contest prep, he's one of those guys where I don't have to motivate him at all. It is actually my job with him to pull things back a little bit. You know, he's always asking me, you know, is there more I can do? Is there more food I can eat? Or is there more food that we can take away? And I'm constantly like pushing the brakes a little bit and telling him that, you know, we're good. We don't need to go any faster than we already are.
And on top of that, Jim does a great job of actually explaining why we're doing things. So I feel informed, I understand, and I can able to kind of like follow along and learn myself. So that's been really great over the last year. I don't think we have enough time for me to explain everything that's different. This has been by far the best prep. Everything's in order. I felt way better than I ever had. I ate more than I ever had. I didn't even break. I was doing a half hour of cardio basically until recently when we just added a little bit. You know, it's not been one of those grinds where you're just, nothing's working and you can't get the body fat off. Everything has just come. We've got one step after another. We started at 22 weeks or so. And just slow, and everything's just been on top, and no huge surprises. Like I couldn't ask for anything better. really.
And you know, it really comes from doing your homework in the off season. You know, when we first started, after the mini cut, you know, we're like, okay, let's do a contest in the future, but let's not pick a date until we feel like the body's ready.
Yeah.
And that's been the mindset from the get-go. You know, as a coach, unless when I get a new client, unless that client comes to me and they're already at like a very, very good level, it's very hard, and it feels like my hands are tied when somebody comes in and says, okay, I'm doing a show in 4 months, what can you do for me? It's like, well, I have no history of your body. I have no idea what you've been doing in the off season. More than likely, you probably weren't doing it correctly. So going straight into a contest phase makes it a little bit difficult from my end. But having, you know, like almost a year off season before we even started the contest phase makes everything easier. Like Matt said, for 90% of the prep, we did 30 minutes of cardio. That's it.
And nothing too crazy. I was sitting on the recumbent bike, playing on my phone, watching TV. That's it.
And it's just
slow and steady.
Getting the metabolism primed up and in the right place, and just little tweaks with the diet here and there, like I was saying, you know.
And compared to other preps, and I've worked with other people before, the communication Jim had through this prep, and like on top of everything, anytime I had a question, me like an hour or so to answer it, like on top of everything, every single morning, looking at my check-in, responding, talking to me about it. I mean, I don't know you about the time.
I love what I do. You know, like helping solve problems for people in that dieting phase, because I know I've been doing this myself since I was a kid, and I know like when something rises up, like you want an answer. Because you're exhausted.
Yeah.
You know, you work 60 hours a week.
Yeah.
You know, and you have a fiance at home, and you have responsibilities. So, like, I feel responsible that when you ask me a question, I need to be there to respond to it.
And you have, and I appreciate it.
Thanks for being awesome, dude.
I was gonna say thank you.
like your communication, you've done everything that I've asked you to do without coming up missing, without cheating. And if there's been times where like you thought about it, and like even like telling me those things is good feedback for me, because if you're thinking about cheating, as hardcore at this as I know you are, if that thought's in your head, that means that tells me I need to feed you soon. So like those little things, those little, dotting your I's and crossing your T's, like you've done that, and I really appreciate that make my job way easier.
Yeah. I mean, to kind of say no, like the way that you get plans out, you communicate, everything, you checking, you're reading everything in the morning, even when you're in a different time zone. I can't imagine like you doing more unless you were lifting the weights for me, which sometimes you do. But yeah, no, it's been awesome. I've said this like how many times? I've had more progress in the last year than probably in the last 3 years combined, just working with him. He knows what he's doing. He's on top of it. He explains it. There's no like, oh, I'll get that to you in a week. I'll get that to you in a week. I'll get that to you. No, it's like, I'll get this to you. You need this by this date. I'll get it to you. And he has not missed one thing. Not one thing.
And this goes back to the environment that we've created here at Warehouse. This place is, in my opinion, this has set a new standard for gyms. I've been working at gyms since I was 16 years old. The majority of my life has literally been spent in a gym. That's kind of sad, actually.
No, I'm at a desk, so.
So it's okay, it's okay.
I'll be competing in both classic physique and bodybuilding in a few different categories.
Yeah, check out Big J Mad, and there's a lot of good training advice on there, and updates about how my clients are doing, etc.
And make sure to like and subscribe to the Warehouse channel.
Yes, don't want to miss this. There's going to be way more good stuff coming.